It finally happened, gamers and gamerettes. We thought it will not catch up, but unfortunately it did. Crunchyroll opened the economy section in the news, saw how prices everywhere were climbing, and instead of being Robin Hood to the public, they straight up freaking bamboozled us. Starting March 4th, Crunchyroll is raising prices across all 3 tiers in the US, including the previously safe and cozy little fan tier that dodged the last round of hikes. Now here's the damage report so far. Fan tier goes from $8 to $9 a month, Mega Fan jumps from $12 to $14, and the Ultimate Fans climb from $16 to $18. That's an extra $12 to $24 a year, depending on which flavor of anime addiction you subscribe to. And if you're wondering, yep guys, this is the first fan tier increase since 2019.
Ah crap, how the freak do you cancel this stupid subscription?
So did Crunchyroll all of a sudden think, you know what, everyone's rich nowadays, let's hike the freaking prices? Oh no guys, this is the end result of years of slow careful conditioning and caressing. Like boiling a frog, except the frog is you and the water is your monthly freaking subscriptions. Back in the early 2010s, Crunchyroll was the anime haven. It was cheap, simple, and mostly fueled by the dream that if they just got enough users, everything would work out on its own. The prices were low, the expectations were lower, and the site most of the time ran like it was run by a Timo version of Ultron. Because it was affordable, and because the alternative was piracy websites that gave your computer freaking STD. Then came the mergers and Sony stepping in like a hunter collecting his head trophies. Crunchyroll wasn't just an anime website anymore, it was the anime platform. And with that, the greedy, pathetic excuses of humans,
Who are also known as the suits?
realized something. Why not increase the prices? For a long time, the fan tier was off limits and the sacred "don't you dare touch or I will freak you up" cow. Even when prices increased in other regions or higher tiers, fan tier stayed untouched. Unfortunately though, that didn't last with this upcoming stupid hike. And we all know that Crunchyroll isn't unique here. It's not even close, guys. It's just another domino in the subscription apocalypse.
Oh, Subocalypse. Oh, trademark reserved, you mother freakers.
Let's take Xbox Game Pass for instance. Remember when Game Pass was the best deal in gaming? Like it was really good. I mean, hundreds of games, day one releases, and Microsoft begging you to try it for a single dollar. Fast forward a few years and surprise, the price went up, then up again, then it bundled differently, then split, then upsold. Now it's still good, but it's no longer holy crap good. It's okay, fine good. Same story with PlayStation Plus. Once upon a time, it was basically pay for online, get some free games as a bonus. Now it's a 3-tier labyrinth where you need a freaking accountant to remember what you're actually paying for. The prices increased, tiers expanded, and the premium experience mostly means access to games you already owned on PS3 but now feel morally obligated to replay. And then there is the ultimate form of subscriptions, the legend, the one and only
Netflix.
The OG subscription service that taught every other company exactly how to start this. You start cheap, you get massive, you kill the competitors, you raise prices, you add ads, you raise prices again, you crack down on password sharing, and then, surprise, raise prices again. Netflix is the king of subscription price hikes. It's the Miyagi of wallet on, wallet more on. And that's what they all have in common, guys. It's not that these companies have to raise prices, it's just, well, they can and they want to. Because, guys, they know, trust me, they have a whole team dedicated to understanding consumer psychology. You will be pissed by these price hikes, you will complain, you will cry, but eventually, you will pay. Because, guys, canceling one service feels like missing out, and missing out is psychologically more painful than losing $2 a month. Crunchyroll followed this exact template. They locked down their exclusives, they became the default, they made anime feel centralized. Then once they saw you're comfortable and popcorn ready, they turned the dial. No, just a little bit, just enough that it's annoying, but not enough to cause a mass revolt.
Yet anyways.
So when people say, why is Crunchyroll doing this now? Well, the answer is simple, guys, because everyone else already did and got away with it. Now, if a company wants to raise its prices, they can't just raise without reasons. I mean, sure, they are following everyone else, but they still need reasons. You know, reasons to satisfy the higher-ups, and then the higher-ups satisfy the stupid shareholders.
And Bob is your uncle.
Crunchyroll pointed to new and upcoming features like multiple user profiles, teen profiles, and the grand ability to skip intros and credits. These quality of life improvements are really nice when you see them listed and when you listen to them, but immediately don't make sense when you remember this. All the other subscription-based service providers already figured this out like in what, 2014? I mean, these aren't like mind-boggling upgrades, they're just catching up to the bare minimum. I mean, profiles are great, sure, but it's not like a premium feature in 2026, it's a basic functionality. Skipping intros? Guys, as an anime watcher, be honest with me. How many times did you watch the intro after the first episode? If you ever watched it on the first episode in the first place? Teen profiles?
Hello? Are you charging me more for my child's safety?
Okay, I guess it's useful, but it should have been there. It's also a basic functionality. It's not something that exactly costs $24 a year to maintain unless each profile is personally animated. And then, guys, here's the thing though. None of these features change what Crunchyroll is. I mean, it's still a streaming service licensing anime, simulcasting seasonal shows, and hosting a massive back catalog. They didn't announce higher bit rates, no big leap in localization quality, no promise of better pay for animators. It's just features that should have probably been there in the first place. So if those are the reasons that are for the public, how about if we talk about the real reasons? The ones these stupid suits don't put in their blog posts. The ones Kotaku were gracious enough to point out and allow us, the content creators,
To roast the living hell out of.
First up, we have AI hyperscalers, the invisible tax on literally everything now. Massive cloud providers are burning unfathomable amounts of money on AI infrastructure, data centers, GPUs, RAMs, power consumption, and guys, that cost doesn't stay neatly contained. It bleeds into hosting, bandwidth, and platform operations. Even if Crunchyroll itself isn't doing AI anime,
Oh, thank goodness. Can you imagine Naruto or Baruto swallowing Jiraiya mid-Rasengan?
it still lives in this atmosphere where cloud costs are rising because tech giants decided the future is asking chatbots what Pokemon they are. Secondly, there is the expectations. Now guys, mind you, Crunchyroll isn't a scrappy anime website anymore. It's part of a massive company structure with quarterly targets, growth projections, and executive bonuses that do not care about your anime addiction. Once a company reaches market dominance, growth stops coming from new users and starts coming from existing users paying more. The stupid suits no longer care is this fair or not, they simply care what percentage will actually cancel. And if the answer is not enough to matter, hello price hike. Now guys, you remember when I talked about the psychology these stupid companies employ? Well, what I didn't mention is what happens if you do cancel. Alright, let's take this scenario guys. You see the price hike, you don't like it, you cancel your subscription. But then you read on the news, your favorite show drops a new season and it's exclusive on Crunchyroll. What do? You will resubscribe 3 months later. I mean, Crunchyroll, they know this. That's why these price increases, they are never massive all at once. They're incremental. They're annoying, but they're survivable. Death by $1,000 hikes. Next up, let's talk about tariffs and global costs, because believe it or not guys, they are actually a part of this shenanigan. Now, licensing anime isn't cheap, especially when you're dealing with international studios, production committees, and increasingly expensive localization freaking pipelines. Translation, dubbing, distribution, marketing, those costs have gone up, alright? There is no argument there. But guys, those costs, they didn't spike overnight in February. They've been rising for years. Now the main difference now is that Crunchyroll feels comfortable passing them directly to users because the competition has, it's no longer there. Goodbye Funimation, VRV, Anime Lab, Viewster, and many more. I mean, when you're the default anime platform in the US, you don't need to compete on price at all. If you cancel Crunchyroll, it doesn't mean you'll use another service, it just means you'll miss that anime. That's their freaking leverage. The features are just the excuse, the economy is just the cover, and Crunchyroll are the only ones behind this true freaking price hike.
And next up, Captain Jack Sparrow marks his return, if you know what I mean.
Picture this, you have rent, you have food, and 12 other subscriptions draining your bank account every month. You're sick and tired of this situation. All you want to do is enjoy your anime or your movie or your TV show in peace without worrying whether you'll be able to afford a freaking taco. Well, I can almost bet you Crunchyroll knew this would happen if they hiked their prices. And the obvious thing is the increased rates of piracy. And guys, I want to be clear about something. I am not here to cheer for it or condemn it. Piracy isn't some moral crusade, it's a pressure valve. When legal access is cheap and convenient, the piracy drops. When prices creep up and value feels stagnant, piracy comes roaring back like it never left. Anime fans already smell this cycle from a mile away. A decade ago, piracy was the default because legal options were either unavailable or wildly overpriced. Crunchyroll helped reduce that by being accessible and affordable. But when you increase the fan tier price as well, Well, thank you Crunchyroll for nothing, especially for students, younger fans, or people outside the US paying even worse regional prices. And the stupid suits love to act confused when piracy spikes. You know, they say things like, we don't understand why users are turning to illegal platforms. Oh, don't freaking lie. Yes, you do. You absolutely do. You know the exact reason why the percentage of users turning to pirated websites increased a lot. And don't you freaking say, well, it's illegal. We all know it's illegal, but it's also immoral to hook someone to a certain anime and then increase the prices when you know that subscriber is addicted to it.
Well, you have your games and they have theirs, you mother flickers.
Anyway, the second big thing that will happen is the subscription fatigue turning into real-time resentment. Now this is different from the usual or the casual annoyance, guys. People, they aren't just tired, they're starting to keep a tally. Every price hike adds to a mental list, and once a service lands on not worth it anymore, it's kind of hard to climb back. And Crunchyroll is gambling a lot here because the price increases, they aren't being matched with meaningful improvements. The more profiles don't make the anime better. Skipping intros should have been there in the first place, and none of this addressing the growing frustration around the regional lockouts, the missing catalog titles, or inconsistent subtitle quality. And what happens next is people, they don't always, cancel immediately. Instead, they cycle. They subscribe for a month, binge everything they want, cancel, repeat. That's great for the consumers and terrible for long-term platform loyalty. It basically turns Crunchyroll from a default monthly bill into a seasonal purchase, which is the exact opposite of what subscription services want. There's also let's say a more long-term consequence, which is brand erosion. Now Crunchyroll built a reputation as the anime service. It's friendly, community-driven, fan-first. Now every price hike chips away at that image and replaces it with something colder
And more, well, let's say, sooty.
And this is where the freaking irony hits in, because it doesn't hurt any of the stupid suits in the short term. The revenue will go up, the numbers will look fine, and so the bonus paycheck will be high, guaranteed. The problems though will show later on when the growth it just stops, guys. I mean, the anime fans, they really want to support this stupid industry. They've shown it repeatedly. But support has its limits, and when the choice becomes pay more for the same thing or find another way, people will choose the path that hurts their wallets the least, even if it's inconvenient, annoying, or morally grey. Now, what do you guys think about all of this nonsense? I know, the price hikes are probably not that much to a lot of people, but what do you think happens when we agree to one price hike? Right you are. Anyways, I still would like to read your thoughts in the comments below, and I will update you once I figure out how to cancel my freaking stupid subscription.
That extra $12 per year guarantee me 3 boxes of Mickey Nuggets.
And guys, thank you once again for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more content in the future. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.